everybody, my name's Mickey Paradise and I'm the construction chick. Today we're talking tools and we're going to discuss drills. So there is a lot of different drill manufacturers on the market. You have access to multitudes of different brands at any Home Depot or Lowe's or hardware store that you go to. So I'm going to talk to you about what you need, what you don't need, what everything, some basic overview of what everything does, and what brand I use. So I use drills a lot professionally as a drywall contractor, and we as a company vary between Ryobi and DeWalt. So for you as a consumer, and if you are planning on only using your drill in home use, I am a big fan of Ryobi. Ryobi is one of, if not the first company to start building their tools in a way that all of the batteries are interchangeable. Now it's kind of a standard amongst cordless tools, but Ryobi, I'm pretty sure, is one of the first people to do it, so that no matter what tool you're using, you can just swap the batteries in between all of them, which is really smart and it's really great for home use. You don't have to invest in a bunch of batteries, which are very expensive. So let's discuss the difference between an impact driver and a cordless drill gun. So a lot of times these are sold as sets, which is a great value if you can get, I know like during Christmas I always buy a set because we use them for work and we use them. I'll always buy a set and I can get the set of the both for about $100, which is a good deal. It comes with a battery and a charger and all that jazz. You don't need an impact driver if you are going to just be installing things around the house. It's a great tool to have, but its sole purpose is to drive screws into really hard surfaces. So if you're driving screws into really dense wood, if you're driving screws into concrete, that is the purpose of the impact driver. It's got a lot of power and a lot of torque, and it's great when you need that, but this is not what you will need for your everyday home use. If you get one in a kit, that's awesome. Great to have. But this is not what's most important. For home use, a cordless drill is what you will use the most. It is used for many different things. I use my cordless drill for pre-drilling, so there are a slew of different bits that you can put into a cordless drill because the opening is changeable. So you can make it bigger or smaller depending on the bit that you're using. And so that is why this is my recommendation for the most important tool that you have in the house. So I recently did a tutorial where we installed a TV mount, and to install a TV mount you first need to pre-drill. With an impact driver you can't pre-drill because the only bit that it fits is one to drive screws. So your drill gun is what's going to be most important there. I would recommend definitely purchasing a kit of drill bits. They're really affordable depending on where you go. You can kind of shop for deals. A lot of times they have sales and coupons and things like that. So cordless drill is what you need. There's a lot of other things out on the market like this, which is a very small, very affordable version of the impact driver. So all this does is drive screws, but it has a very limited amount of power and a very limited amount of battery. Not that it's a bad tool, but if you had to choose between getting a cordless drill and getting something like this, I would definitely save for the cordless drill. The same thing with this. This is a DeWalt handheld. It's just a great little tool to have around the house, but again, It's the same as the impact driver. You can only put one type of bit in it, and it has a limited amount of power. Not to say it's not an awesome tool, but again, if you have to choose between one or the other, you want to go with the cordless drill. So things to add to your collection are definitely a cordless drill and definitely a bit set. Great for all kinds of use, but for home use, the thing you're going to use a bit kit for is pre-drilling. Pre-drilling is really important, whether you're building a shelf or hanging a shelf, whether you're hanging curtains, curtain rods, things like that. Pre-drilling is important, and having a cordless drill that will allow you to do that will help you reduce your stress level when things go awry because you didn't pre-drill. So drill gun, most important tool. It's pretty self-explanatory on use. It has over here a button that will indicate the direction in which it's going to spin. So when you hold this black piece here and push the button down, that allows you to open or close the hole that holds whatever bit you're putting in. So let's say that I want to use pre-drill a hole. So I'm going to look and see how large my opening is, change the direction of the little teeth that hold the bit, get it close to where it needs to be. I set the bit in, you hold the black piece, and again, then it will tighten and it will kind of move in your hand, and that's how you know that the bit is in. And then to release it, again, you hold the black tip or the tip of it, push the button, and it will release. So it's pretty simple, it's pretty easy to use. I will give you tips of using the actual drill gun and driving screws and things like that as we get into that. But for the purpose of talking tools, cordless drill is what you need regardless as to the brand. I would rather you save for a cordless drill than spend money on things like this, though they're great. If you're in an either or situation, go with the cordless. Another tip is if you are on a budget and you really need a cordless drill, I highly recommend going to pawn shops. It is amazing what you can find at a pawn shop for really reasonably priced. I will say that plug to Ryobi, I think this set is like 5 years old, and this set spent the first half or so of its life being used every day on a job site. So we kind of switch out the tools when they've been used for a while and we bring them inside to use them. So Ryobi lasts a long time. It's a great brand. So if you can find a Ryobi in a pawn shop, it's a good purchase. So that's it for talking tools about drills. My name's Nikki Paradise. I'm the construction chick, and we'll see you in the next video.